Hello, welcome back to another video. I just wanted to give a quick update on the channel, look at where things have been, where things are going, and watch until the end if you want to know how I know at least one of you out there is kind of stalking me and may have been concerned when I stopped posting for a major part of last year. First off, I just want to say thanks for 115 subscribers. That's really amazing to me. It may not sound like a lot to most people, but when I started posting, I had 7 subscribers, and I never really thought people would be interested in listening to me talk about Bitcoin and markets and marketing and entrepreneurship and all that. So it's really flattering, and I'm just so grateful that you're here with me right now and you're taking the time to watch this simple video. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, so that's part of why I don't always post that often. Would like to post several videos, long-form videos a week. I do post shorts pretty regularly. A lot of the videos going forward are going to be podcast episodes. Some good ones coming up here in the next month or so. And it's going to be about half and half, just me and just with a guest. And I just started having guests on late last year, and that's been going pretty well. One of the things I want to know is, what do you guys want to see more of this year? I know the scam or legit videos have been pretty popular. A lot of people found value in those, and thankfully I have a friend who just keeps telling me about these scams, so hopefully there'll be more of those coming, and if I happen to encounter any of those on my own, I'll make a Loom video about it as well, of course. Those are fun because it's nice to be able to show the process behind researching something like that, and hopefully it helps people avoid either that scam or some other kind of scam in the future. Unfortunately, I was a little late with those videos from last year, it seems, because the Ponzi schemes were already in the process of collapsing, either by the time that video came out or within just a week or two of it being posted. So that happens. And I know that because if you go and look at the comments on the BitHarvest video, for example, people started saying pretty quickly that they can't withdraw. There's no way to get their money out, and which means that the Ponzi scheme has collapsed. And some people are still holding on to hope for that, but all I would say is good luck. So I mentioned podcast videos. I have a goal of doing at least one video a week, hopefully more, but it's really hard to try and be a full-time YouTuber. I mean, it's possible. I guess anyone can do it, but it takes a long time to get monetized, build a following, and all of that. And on the one hand, it's pretty easy and simple, right? I'm just talking to the camera. I'm doing a podcast, asking somebody questions. I'm doing research on Loom, describing something. That in itself is not a whole lot of work, but there is a lot of work that goes into the ideas for creating a video, creating the thumbnail, and the title and description. And even though AI can be immensely helpful with these things and make them go a lot faster than it would have, I wouldn't even have been able to do this 5-10 years ago probably, because something like creating a thumbnail would have been so difficult and time consuming. There's just something difficult about sitting down to do it. I don't know how to explain it. And I never liked it before. I never thought it was for me. But here I am. I'm doing this. And again, 115 subscribers. That's just mind-blowing to me. And over 90% of people are not even subscribed, the viewers of most videos, actually. So there's a lot of other people watching who are not subscribed. So if you haven't done that, hit the subscribe button. I don't have immediate near-term ambitions of being a full-time YouTuber. It's kind of just one thing I'm doing on the side right now. I think if I were to focus on one thing in particular, it would probably be the newsletter, which, by the way, there'll be a link to in the description. So yeah, podcast, YouTube, newsletter. That's pretty much it. Now I'll get back to what I promised in the beginning, which is how I know somebody out there was curious or concerned when I stopped posting last year, because early last year I was posting a lot, like 2 or 3 videos a week for some time. And then I want to say it was like late May, I just stopped for about 5 months, didn't post anything. And then at some point in like November or December, somebody mentioned that they had found my podcast by Googling me. And so I went to Google myself, something I used to do pretty regularly to see what the results were going to be. And I hadn't done it in a while, so I decided to check it out. And it came up Brian Nibley obituary as the suggested search in Google. And that really freaked me out for a minute, because I had no idea what that meant or why someone would be searching that. I did a little research, and it turns out people do that when they're following someone and this person just goes dark and they wonder what happened to them. I guess it's an easy way to kind of find out if that person is still alive and kicking or not. So somebody, and all it takes is 1 or 2 people searching that a few times for Google to recommend that. So somebody out there was searching for my name plus the word obituary, and I'm flattered that someone was that interested in these videos to have done that. I'm assuming it was a YouTube viewer, right? Because YouTube is the place where I completely stopped posting for a number of months. And if this person had been following me on LinkedIn or maybe even Twitter, then they probably wouldn't have felt much of a reason to do that, because they would have seen at least some kind of post here and there at some point. So my assumption is that it's a YouTube viewer. I could be wrong, but that seems the most likely thing to me. Yeah, that's just another thing. Like 115 subscribers, I just can't believe it. I'm really flattered, and I thank you all for watching. Got good stuff coming up this year in terms of all the content, and see my latest newsletter post for more on that direction. I wrote a really long post about just past, present, and future, what's going on with me and my business. Decided to consult people on matters relating to their Bitcoin questions. If that's something anyone's interested in, we'll see how that goes. And I think that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see more of, and subscribe to this channel and the newsletter, and I'll see you next time.